Hello and welcome to Creator Spotlight Episode 2. Today's episode is ThreadMenace. You fellas in the Valheim community and my community, well, you might just know who he is already. He is a Valheim speedrunner who does all sorts of different runs, plays in a very quick style, progressing relatively quickly through the biomes, and he set numerous world records in the past for speedrunning in multiple categories, so very exciting. Now, I am very biased. ThreadMenace, really good community member of mine. We're well acquainted. I'm a good community member of his. Very good. Very nice there. However, even aside from that, there are some genius moments that he's displayed in Valheim that we can actually take from this fast progression perspective and put in my extremely slow optimal play perspective. Oh, yes. He has taught me some things, and I want to show you this right now. So, this is from his hardcore playthrough, but he has done this in some speedruns, specifically hardcore speedruns. There are two things to take away from here. One of them he uses in every run, and the other that is very particular, it usually shows up just in the hardcore runs. Number one, spear throw has a really, really high aggro radius, even if it doesn't hit a mob. So it's like 30 meters or something ridiculous like that. It's a lot. So it just really good for manipulating aggro in a speed run, but also we can use this to our advantage in a solo run, just a regular progression run, where we take advantage of a spear that doesn't leave your inventory, so you don't use all of the jank of the regular spear throw and all of the inventory conundrums that come with it, because it doesn't really leave anything. It comes right back to you, and that's the Abyssal Harpoon. So we're able to use the Abyssal Harpoon to great effect in a variety of dungeons. I have to do a new run, soon. I don't have to do it, but I really want to do. I'm going to do a new run, and I'm going to be using the Abyssal Harpoon in a lot of different dungeons, and in certain areas in the overworld as well, to gain aggro on a bunch of enemies at once, specifically to kite them through certain areas, or just to use the second weapon that Thread utilizes very well that I've learned from him, the sledge type weapon. Specifically, he's using here the Stag Breaker. And check this. This is what I call the Barrier Bonk. I don't think it really has an official name, or one that Thread's come up with, or whoever originally invented this technique, if it was him or otherwise. But I want to show you how he's in the Flint Age or Stone Age, and there's this Grey Dwarf building here. He hasn't really upgraded the stuff too much because he's playing very quickly. And there's a bunch of Grey Dwarfs and a Brute around here. They could all be starred. Let's see how he handles it. Let's check it out.
Here, boys. I see a troll cave as well.
Gets a sneak hit, aggroes the enemies. Normally I'd get the sneak hit with a bow. Look at the way he enters. Oh. And it's bonking time. Look at this cheese. Only the finest of cheese. Low stamina, doesn't matter. They can't get to you. Ruin the building, doesn't matter. And he just finishes the job. It's like, okay, they're whittled down. Easy encounter. Simple and clean. I gotta love that. I mean, that is just beautiful encounter dominance at its finest. I love that type of stuff. I mean, if you can dominate an encounter like that, that would be normally seemingly unwinnable, like if you have a bunch of 2 stars or what have you, that is a beautiful thing to me, and a wonderful thing to take away for any Valheim playthrough, pretty much, except if you're doing like pure speedruns. But let's take a look now at his more recent video. This is just a neat little 4-minute segment that I want to do commentary on, because he does some amazing things, and he puts on a masterclass on stamina management. Whoo, it is really good. Stone Age Swamp Times. A-bomb here. Love that. Look at him. No shirt.
Start coming at me.
Troll tunic, troll pants. Very suboptimal armor.
I'm just gonna kill it.
Well, of course, because of the no tunic, right? No cape either. That adds up when you have that little armor. It adds up regardless. These spear tosses again. These are spear tosses working almost against him, but it's not like in these runs he can really invest in bow or at gear or both. he has the spear. These are the speedrunning tactics. Very hit and run weapon. It covers both ranged and melee and DPS at the same time. It's perfect for speedruns. And look at how precise and careful he is here. He knows how to maneuver the swamp after however many hours he has, probably over 4K at this point. He knows when to sprint, when not to, the limits of his stamina with
I like
health, stamina, not even Black Forest here, of course. Check this. Ooh, more sledge technique. He has a makeshift barrier of time in the tree there. It's an indestructible tree, and so the enemies have to spend a split second to get around the tree. So he has that little bit of distance in time to where he can get a bonk off and get some chip damage there. That is some really nice little small techniques there to take advantage of. Really, really good. Again, he knows how to maneuver the flat ground to make distance. He doesn't want to get himself caught where he's partially swimming.
About me.
The A-bomb, with its terrible pathfinding, has disappeared. Look at that little micro spacing there. You see Scales do that too. That's just a classic technique for very experienced Valheim players. Gotta bait out the attacks and then follow through. Look at these bonks in neutral. You got a bunch of mobs like this that are a little bit wily. You don't know where they're going to be exactly. You don't know if they're going to be in at-gear spin range or not. Best to sledge them. Sometimes they can just be outside of your spin-to-win range and then approach and then smack you if their distance is not the best and they're grouped up like this. But sledge will cover them because it has a larger AoE and it will cover jumping blobs, which he has a couple of. Yeah. Also really good on this slope here because at gear middle mouse, while it's super good, it's got 6 times damage to stagger ratio. The sledge has a far more vertical and larger hitbox with its AoE than the at gear. The at gear is very flat. So yeah, just the way that he went up the hill and started demolishing these guys is really good. Also, usually the knockback will be kind of amplified by the hill. Not like technically like, oh, there's a hill knockback amplifier, but like if you knock back enemies and they start flying off the hill, that just gives you extra distance and extra time for stamina regen, get more bonks in, more chip damage, just far more convenient. So him running up that hill, no Kate Bush, haha. Very, very, very good little strategies here. He knows where to be and when to be there. And watch this. Oh, he gets hit there. Still living. Why is he still living? Well, his armor and food is still enough to cover him because his skill is putting in so much work that he is fine. Suboptimal armor, suboptimal food. He can take an A-bomb smack. So even though he's a little bit rattled, you can hear it in his voice there, there's confidence. And that confidence allows him to make the rolls with the right timing necessary to just keep this bonfire strat going and stay alive in the process, even with all sorts of additional mobs coming his way. See a little bit of panic there, but it's perfectly understandable. Most of his skill is just coasting him to victory at this point. That's a dead A-bomb. Beautiful stuff. Really good speedy strats from him. Really, really goes the distance, and you can take a lot of these lessons to whatever run. Non-speedy. I mean, I'm not fast. I take several hundred hours in my runs, so really impressive. Really good stuff. If you haven't already subscribed to Thread, go do so. I'll have his channel link in the description and pinned in the comment below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and soon enough I will be starting my own long-form run from scratch in the Mistlands co-op, and I will have all sorts of techniques also displayed in that one, as well as some of the ones that we've just shown here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys some other time. Bye!